Hello world, welcome back to my channel. I am Sahil and I am creating an advanced CRUD application using PHP and MySQLi prepared statement in object-oriented style. This is the third part of the series and we have already seen how to design index page, how to create database and table, and also how to insert, display and delete the records in previous videos. Now today in this video I am going to show you how to edit and update the record and also how to view a record in detail. So before going to do this, first we will see when we deleting any record, then the record delete from the database but image do not delete from the upload directory. So for this we have to write code for that. So let's fix this issue. And also when we click on delete button, then a confirm box should be appear before deleting the record. So let's do this also. So open your project. This is my project PHP CRUD and let's open index.php. Okay, now go to the form. Inside the form, no, go below here. Okay, now this is the delete button. Now we have to set on click event listener. Okay, so on click. Now what should do this on click? When we click on delete button, then first it will show a confirm dialog box asking cancel or okay. So for this we will use return confirm, and here we will write our message whatever we want to show in the dialog box. So do you want to delete this record? Okay, now let's save this and let's try to check is this working or not. So when we click on any delete button, then this confirm dialog is showing. So this is working fine. When we click OK, then the record will delete, and when we click on cancel, then it will not delete the record. So before deleting any record and check whether the record is deleting or not, so first we need to some coding on PHP action.php. So in previous video you have seen when I am deleting, then the record is deleting from the database but not from the upload directory. Okay, so today I will fix this issue. So in the delete part, you have to grab the image a path from the database and then use a function unlink. From that function we can remove the file also when we delete the record. Okay, so first we need to run a query. So here we will use SQL and here we will write select photo from PHP, from CRUD table name where ID equal to this ID. Okay, so just copy this, but we will not paste here because we are using prepared statement. So we will use question mark here, and now we will create statement 2 variable and inside this we will call our con variable, and using this con variable we will use prepare method and pass this SQL variable here. Okay, now we have to execute this statement. So just before executing we have to bind param for this id. Okay, so here this id is integer and to pass variable id here. Now execute this, execute this statement. Now create result2 variable, and inside this we will use statement 2, and here we will use get result method. Now we will create one more variable row equal to result2, and now here we will use fetch sock. Okay, now by using this row variable we will fetch our photo image path from the database. So I will create a image path variable, and inside this variable we will store the path of photo. Now this photo is taken from the here from the name of the column of the photo. Okay, so here we have written just photo, and now we just use function unlink and just pass image path here. Okay, now let's save this and let's try to delete any record, and let's see is it deleting from the directory also or not. So just refresh this. Now let's suppose I am deleting the last record, Luna Lovegood. Okay, so before deleting, first to open the directory, upload directory. So this is my project folder PHP CRUD, and this is the upload folder. Now you can see the photo luna.jpg. So let's just delete this record, click on OK. Now you can see the record has been deleted successfully. Now let's check the database. From the database record has been deleted. Now check the directory. So from directory the photo the image is also deleted. So this is working fine. Now we will move to our for our further action like edit and view record in detail. So first we will edit the record by clicking this edit button. So when we click on this edit button, then first we need to fetch the details of this record only in these input fields. Okay, and we will also update the image to the new, and we when we click on this edit button, then this add record button should be changed to the update record. Okay, so for this let's open the action.php, and so before doing anything, first let's see the edit button. So this is the edit button, and we are sending the edit equal to id in the same index.php, because we have just called this action.php on the same index.php. So whenever we will click on edit button, then we will fetch all the record of that particular record from the database and show in these input fields. Okay, so first we need to write in action.php, and we will use here if statement, if it's set, and we will use get variable get super global variable here and edit. Okay, Now we will get the id. So for id, just create a variable id equal to get and edit. Okay, now we will again run a query. So for this, just write query variable, and inside this we will use select asterisk from CRUD where id equal to question mark. Okay, and here we need to prepare this query. So for this, just create statement variable, and inside this just write con variable and call the prepare method, and just pass this query variable inside this prepare method. Okay, now we have to bind this id. Okay, so here we will use bind param and I for integer, because id is an integer value type. So here we will pass I, and here we will pass id variable. Okay, now again we need to execute this statement. So just execute this statement, and after execution just create one more variable result variable, and inside this result variable we will just use a statement, and we will use get result. Now what this get underscore result function will do, it will get all the record coming from the database by using this query. Okay, so now create one more variable row equal to result, and here we will use fetch assoc method, and now we will store all the values in, we will store all the values coming back from the database in variables. Okay, so here we will write row, and for id we will use id, and name we will use row here, row, and just write the column name here. Okay, whatever you have written in your table name. Okay, and email, row, email, and phone equal to row, and here we will have to write the column name phone, and for photo also photo, and row photo. Okay, now save this. Now come back to the index. Now whenever this edit button will click, then we will set these values into the this input field. Okay, so we have to just create a value attribute here, and inside this value attribute we have to just print the name here. So just write the name variable that we just have created here. Okay, so name, and just copy the same thing and copy, and for email just change this to the email variable, and here in phone just change to phone, and for image we just show a preview of the previous image. Okay, the yes, the image path coming back from the server, from the database, we will show a preview. So here we will write img tag, and in src we will just write photo. Okay, and here we will use width equal to 120, and here use Bootstrap class img thumbnail. Okay, so this is okay. Now we will also use a hidden input tag. So for this we can use here input type hidden and name equal to id, and here we will use value, and inside the value we will print the value of id. So here just we will use it later when we update the record. Okay, so just use this. And one thing also, for the photo we will use an input hidden field. So here write input type hidden and name old image. Okay, old image, and here value equal to the same thing, photo. Just pass the photo variable here, and name equal to old image and value equal to this. Now save this and come back to the. So here you can see these type of values in the input field and the preview of the photo, but we have just not click on edit button. When we click on any record of edit button, then we can see the values in the input field and a preview of the photo. Let's change the. When we click on another record, then it is working fine. When we click on this, then we are getting the old values of the record. Okay, now when we click this button, but the button is not changed yet, so whenever we click this edit button, then this button should also be changed to the update record. Okay, so for this just go back here and go to the action.php, and here we will create a variable updated. You can use update. So here we will write true here. Okay, true, and just copy the same thing, and here in the top we will create this update variable, and here we will set to false. Okay, now come back to the index.php, and here this is our add record button. Here we will use php if update. Here we will use update variable equal to true. Then we will just copy the same thing and paste here, and here we will change the name attribute value to update. Okay, now we will also change this primary to success. Okay, success, and here we will use update record. Okay, now just close here, and here we will use else and open this curly brace, and here now just go below and just close this. If the update when we click on edit button, then this variable will set to true, and we will check if update equal to true, then this button will show, and if not, then by default this button will show. So let's check is this working or not. So just refresh, and when we click on edit button, then you can see the button is changed to update record. Okay, but you can notice here by default when we click open the project, then we will see these type of values in the input field, and the preview of the photo is not showing, because by default we have by default in the value field, whatever the value is fetching from the database, this is showing here. Okay, so we have to fix this. So for fix, just go to action.php and copy this whole thing from here, and let's just paste here. Okay, now just remove the values of all the variable, just remove the variable of all the values, and here just make this empty. Okay, make this empty. Now save this and refresh. Just refresh here. Now you can see the error that you are seeing in the input field is gone. Okay, now whenever we click on edit button, then these record will be showing in the input field and the preview of the image, and if we click on another record, then it is changing. Okay, now what we have to do is when we change any data or photo and click on update record, then immediately we have to change the record here also and in the database also. Okay, so for this what we have to do is just go to the action.php, and from action.php come back to the index.php, and here you can see I have just created another button, update. Okay, and I have give a value update in name attribute. So we will trigger this button now. So come back to the action.php, and now here we will again use if statement, and now this time we will use it set, and we will use super global post variable here and use update. Now we will first get the ID. So for ID we will use post, and now from where we are getting this ID, so you can see we have just written here input hidden type, and we have just passed the value from the when we click on the edit button, and when we click on edit button, then all the variable set from the database, and the values will store in these value field value attribute. Okay, so we are getting the values by using this name attribute value using this action.php. so here we are grabbing the id, and we will grab the name also same. So here we have to write name, email, so email, phone, and here photo. Okay, so for photo we will use here old image equal to post old image. Okay, we have just created this field also, input hidden field, you can see here. Okay, and we are getting the path of the old photo that we want to update to the new. Okay, so here name attribute has value old image, so from this we are getting the value of old image path. And we also have to get the new image. So here we will use file super global variable, and we have to write the name attribute field value. So here this is image, so we have to write image, and for getting the name of the image, so we have to write name. And we also have to select let's cut this now, and we will use here if statement. So if, and we will use each set, and here we will check condition if file image, and here we will use name, and again we will use and operator here, and here again we will use files image name not equal to null. Okay, if this field is not equal to null, it means this field is not empty, then we will run a query. So just paste this new image variable and get the name of the image, and here we first unlink means we will just remove the old image. So just pass this variable here, and we will use move uploaded file, and here we will use files image, and here tmp name, and in destination we have to pass new image. Okay, and now in else part we have to just do a thing, new image equal to old image, and out of the else statement we will run our query. So create the query variable, and inside this we will use update CRUD set name equal to question mark, and name equal to question mark, email equal to question mark, and phone equal to question mark, and photo equal to question mark, where id equal to question mark. Okay, now we have to prepare this query. So for this we will create another statement variable, and Here we will use con variable, and from this we will call prepare method, and here we will pass our query. Now using this statement object, we will bind all the values. So we will use bind param method, and here we will see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 values should be bind here. So our first value is name, that is string, and second value is also string, third value is also a string, and fourth value is photo, that is the path of the photo, that is also a string, and lastly id, that is integer. Okay, now here we have to pass the variable of all the fields. So for name, email, and phone, and here we have to write photo, and here we have to pass id. Okay, so there is total 4 variables. Now just execute this statement, execute. Now after executing, we will also store some session message to display. So here let's see what is the response and response type. Okay, so here we will write response, that is our message, and here we will write updated successfully. Okay, and one more session message is res type. Okay, now here we will use primary. Okay, primary, and also we will set header to location index.php. Now this is ready. Now let's try to update and record a record. So first refresh this. Now I want to update this first record. Okay, so when I click on this edit button, then all the values from the database is showing in the input field, and a preview of image. Now I will just delete the potter, and here I will add potter, and we will also change this number to 444, and let the image is same, and click on update record. Okay, now when we click on update the record, then record should be update. So you can see the record has been updated with Harry and email and phone. Okay, but image is not showing here. So let's see in the upload folder. So Harry. Okay, now check in the database. So the image is not showing here. So what's the problem? Let's check what's the problem. So you can see here, I have just forgotten to mention the directory name here before the file name. So you have to write uploads, and here we will use concatenate Now this should be working fine. So let's check again, refresh. Now edit the same record again. Now there is no photo. Now let's type Potter and select the photo Harry and click on update record. Again file updated but not showing. What's the problem now? Let's try to edit another image. So here I want to edit this, and here also image to this. Okay, now click on update. What is happening here? The image is not showing. Actually it is not updating in the database. So what's the problem here? So we have to look it now. So here is the problem. We have just passed photo variable here instead of this new image variable. So just copy this and paste this, remove this photo variable and paste this new image. Okay, now save this. Now it should be work fine. So let's refresh this and let's edit the first record. Now I am only going to select the photo. Okay, now update record. Now you can see the photo is updated. Now let's do this also. Here select the image round and click on update. Now you can see the photo is also updated for this. Now let's change the image of this. Here when we click on edit, then just remove this part, and here I will also change the image, this Luna, and click on update record. Then you can see the image has been changed. Okay, so guys, this is working fine, and we just have to change here to the new image variable. Okay, so guys, this video is already too big. Now our one more action is left, that is view record in details. So we will see in the next video. So till then, goodbye and thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, then hit on like button and please subscribe to my channel.